So I want to talk about what it takes to start a YouTube channel. Basically what to expect, what you're gonna end up going through at some point. If you're anything like me and you do a lot of thinking, overthink, I want to talk about the mental effects that it'll have, but also the positives, like the role it'll play in personal development or personal growth and all of that. So I started my gaming YouTube channel about 4 or 5 years ago. I make content for like survival games like Ark, a bunch of other games. I'll leave a link to that in the video description if you want to check that out. But I got up to around 13 million views, 14 million views, 43,000 subscribers, and even built a decent sized following on TikTok as well, with 22,000 followers and millions of views on there. I've made about getting close to 400 videos for that channel, and I feel like I've been through enough of the journey to be able to talk about, you know, the pros and cons of it and what to expect. So getting yourself to post that first video, at least for me, it was tough. I struggled with it. I was pacing back and forth in my dad's house, trying to get myself to record it, messing up the words repeatedly, overcoming a bunch of fear and doubts and everything else that comes with it. But after you make that first video, it does get easier. It's just you're being kind of vulnerable, putting yourself online, and that it takes guts. You gotta face it, which is kind of what I'm doing right now, because I haven't posted in 9 months on that gaming channel, because I've been letting that the thoughts and the emotional reaction get me. It's been winning for the past 9 months, but today's the day that comes to an end. I'm getting back into it. I'm starting this channel to kind of talk about what I went through, and to help other people all possibly push through it as well. But yeah, to give you a little background, besides the YouTube channel, I used to work in the oil refineries, or the chemical plants. The plants, that's what we call them down here. I live in Louisiana. I don't know if that's a slang term, or if that's what they call them everywhere. But I went to a 2-year college to get a degree in instrumentation and electrical, and I was doing that in the plants for a few years, but I hated it. So I I started trying a bunch of different stuff and ended up on YouTube. And I posted on YouTube for an entire year without seeing barely any results. I think I had like 100 subscribers after the first year. And I just kept pushing. I mean, you gotta want it pretty bad. So, I mean, just make sure that you're willing to keep posting without seeing any results, because the results probably won't come right away. I hope they do for you, but for me, I didn't see results until after my first year. They came pretty quick after that first year. My channel kind of blew up out of nowhere. But yeah, just expect not to see any results. Be willing to post and post and post and post without seeing a lick of results. If you can do that, that's the hardest part. Learning how to use the software, editing software, learning how to make good thumbnails, learning how to make good titles, how to type out your video description and all that, that's the easy part. The hard part is overcoming yourself. Like I said, at least for me. I'm not saying that it's going to be that way for everybody. But yeah, if you're anything like me, you're going to be worrying about what people from in real life, people that you know in real life, are going to be thinking about what you're doing. You're going to be, once people start commenting and seeing your videos, you're going to be worried about what they think of the videos or what they think of you. You're going to have to work through all of that. If I had to suggest something for when you're starting, and honestly, I'd keep it this way. Don't look at the comments. Ever. Because you'll have a lot of positive comments. But I think I heard this from Gary Vee. He said, if you value the positive comments, my bad. He said if you value the positive comments, you're gonna value the negative. So it's almost better to just not really focus on the comments at all. And if you're worried about what people in real life, if you're worried about what people that you know in real life are gonna think, just don't tell anybody. And if they find out, it is a good way to gain some initial growth if you do tell them. I didn't tell them originally. A lot of people that I know in real life know about it now, but I had already had success on YouTube before really anybody in my real life knew, besides like my close friends and family. I think that kind of helped me keep posting without worrying about the judgment too much. But now that I've gotten a little success online, I started getting more comfortable telling people. But I also think that's what caused the lack of posting in these past 9 months. But you can overcome that. I'm overcoming it right now. It took me a while, but here we are. Yeah, I feel like most people nowadays, if they have a job, if they have a full-time job, in their free time, they're just consuming stuff. Which gives you, if you're wanting to make content, it gives you a huge advantage. Everybody's distracted. Everybody's watching instead of doing, creating, posting. So just by posting, you're already at a huge advantage. There's not a whole lot of competition. And I was making content in the gaming space, which is the most competitive space to post in, and I still figured out a way. I'm not like crazy smart or anything. Like, I got like an associate's degree, like I said, in instrumentation and electrical, but it doesn't take a genius to figure out how to grow on social media. It just takes guts and consistency without seeing results. And that's the main thing. I think on this channel that I post this video on, I haven't even created the channel yet, but I think on this channel I'm gonna not only talk about the mental things that you're gonna have to overcome from posting on YouTube or social media in general, but I'm also gonna go over like everything you need to know to see success on YouTube. That's the goal. I want to share every single thing that I know, because I reached a point on my gaming content to where I'm gonna have to pause the video. There's a fucking train coming. Hold on. I live right next to the railroad tracks. Recording the video outside probably wasn't the best idea. But yeah, anyway. The goal of the channel is basically to share everything I know about it. Whether it's the mental side of things, the emotions that you're gonna have to deal with, the hateful comments that you're gonna have to deal with, the people in real life doubting you. You know, they're not gonna see the vision that you have. Not until you've already seen success. And by that point, you're not gonna really care what they think anyway, because you already saw success. So I'm gonna talk about all that, and then I'm gonna talk about the actual steps that you need to take to make content, making the thumbnail. I'll show you exactly how I do them in Photoshop. I can show you exactly what I do in Premiere Pro, setting up templates, the whole editing process, typing out the video description, what to put in the video description, how to make your titles, should you put video tags or not, do you repost the content on other social medias, and if you do, how do you do that? What do you need to change about the content if you do put it on other social medias? All of that. I think what I was saying before the train came was I reached a point with the gaming content that I wasn't really getting much fulfillment out of making it anymore. I felt like I wanted to do something that had a little bit more meaning or made a little bit more impact on people's lives. So that's what this channel's for. I want to help people grow, start making, whether it turns into your full-time income or whether you're just making some money on the side. I want to be able to help people do that. Social media, I mean YouTube, even though I haven't posted in 9 months, it's still been paying for the majority of my bills. In between Google AdSense and the partnerships that I have with certain companies, it pays most of my bills, and I haven't even been posting. Like, this can add a decent amount of money to your life if you're willing to put in the hard work and showing up every day, or at least multiple times a week. The more you post and the more feedback you get, especially if you're looking at the comments, which I don't suggest, you're gonna feel like you have to shed some skin to keep posting. It's gonna feel uncomfortable. But after each post, as you continue to post, regardless of the feedback, regardless of the results of what you're doing, the amount of views you're getting, you're gonna become a new person. Because in order to be vulnerable online, sharing things about yourself, whether even if you're making like gaming guides like I was, you're still being vulnerable in a sense. So it's gonna change you as a person for the better. YouTube has been the hardest thing that I've done career-wise, for sure. YouTube has had the biggest impact on my personal growth than anything else in my life. Like I said, I used to work in the oil refineries and the chemical plants, and I think YouTube is way harder than that. Like, yeah, the oil refineries and the plants, they suck to work in. I hated it, but I didn't feel like I had to shed skin every day I went to work. On YouTube, you're gonna have to change who you are. You're gonna have to repeatedly be vulnerable, and that takes it takes a lot of growing to be able to do that without stopping you in your tracks. But I promise it's all worth it. It is all worth it. So if I was to ask anything of you that you do after this video, you stop watching. Don't watch another video. You don't need any more knowledge. You don't need any more information. You know what to do. You're just avoiding it because it feels uncomfortable. And I'm speaking from experience. Just post the video. Record the video and post the video. And then that uncomfort all of a sudden isn't there anymore. Or if it is, it's barely there. It's a lot better than it's a lot better than how you feel before you post the video. And if you're just sitting there thinking about posting the video all the time, it'll start to have a toll on you. Especially if you want to do it bad enough and you just keep consuming. You keep watching more stuff. Consuming. I'll do it after this video. I'll do it after I play a game. I'll do it after this. I'll do it after that. Just do it right now, and then you could do whatever the hell you want to do. Just do it. It won't even take that long. But yeah, I hope this helps. If you want to see more stuff like this, or you would rather me show you the step-by-step on posting your first video, if you would rather me show you the step-by-step for that, I can show you that. But yeah, stop watching videos and start posting videos. But yeah, I mean, if this is going to be the first video on the channel, so if you have any suggestions on the type of content that you want to see, let me know, and I'll try to make something. I'm probably going to make a Discord server for this channel too. That way we can have a little community that help each other grow. I think that'll be pretty helpful. So yeah, I hope this video helps.